I've been drinking water for some time, picking up the parts of all my life. Didn't get to solve it this time. How am I to break apart? Don't tell me why we can't collide. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Don't you feel it? Don't you feel it? On the break of dawn, I'll follow you to carry on. On the break of dawn, follow you to carry on. I've been seeing farther in dark skies, bringing my provider, not forgot. Following my heart, can't deny. Show you how I play my part. Lost in the night, don't justify the love we lost, the love we hide. Don't you feel it? Don't you feel it? On the break of dawn, I follow you to carry on. On the break of dawn, I'll follow you to carry on.
That from Andy.
Yeah, we've educated you, haven't we, Rick?
I was calling it a Shea Lounge for the longest time.
Good morning,
Like a
everyone.
big
Welcome to
dumb
TeamODZ Live. Yes, I know, right? Helped you out with that, didn't I?
Yeah. I have become a more sophisticated person with your help. Of course, now I don't blend in my life, because I'm always saying things like "stay long" and "boy" to people, and they're like, "What? Why are you talking like that? You make no sense." A-upping people. I don't think that matters though. Everybody gets it. I feel like those kind of introductions are just like, you get it. You get the idea. Like, yeah, that means, hey, what's up? It's what's up. Just, hey up. Hey up. With a little more ooh. Yeah, I is pretty much a up. I'm convinced that
No,
a bunch of Yorkshirians
Rick, it's
settled
up. What
in
else to doing?
Maine originally. Oh, well, I don't know what to say to that. What's he doing? What else you doing? Is that right? What else you doing?
What?
Sounds
No, what's he
kinda
doing?
Canadian when I say it. What's to doing? So it is just a mash.
No, what's to
Thank you,
doing?
Smith.
What's to doing?
What to doing? Okay, all right. Sounds like a match, but it isn't. Yeah, ta is a big thing in the Yorkshirean language. I've noticed.
Yeah.
I feel like Nick is a bigger purveyor of said language. Holly isn't, but Holly tries now because she's been saying "ayo" all the time now. And I think it was Bren that called her out the other day. It was like, "What? You don't say that ever. Why are you saying that now?" And I was like, "Oh, that's cute. Look at that." Andy got her on saying "ayo," and Nick had some part in that too. And probably me, because I started saying it to fit in, you know. She is? Oh, that was on Kick? Does she doesn't stream on Kick though, does she? Yeah, obviously she doesn't stream on Kick. You would have to actually like either go to her house and set her up on Kick, or like do a Teams meeting with her and just set it up for her. Kick seems like a very small community with the way word's traveling. Or are you just in it? Are you the man in it? So that's why.
The two of us. Now that song's going to be stuck in my head, Kitten. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, I'm not much unlike Holly in the way of that. Like, I do less of the because I can't figure it out stuff. Because I know I can figure it out. It's a matter of when am I going to do that? And I tend to not have many extra things. Yeah. If it could be made in a way where Holly will just have to, where it's easy enough for her to just start it, then she would totally do it. I think she likes to be on as many platforms as possible. I would imagine. Holly strikes me as, hey, I don't care. More people? Yes.
Hey there, Ben.
Hey, bud. What else to doing? Is that right? That's not. Yeah, I'm just, okay. Or I wasn't supposed to say what else. It's what's to doing? What's to doing? There we go. What's to doing? There we go. How's that been? Do you even say that over there on the southeast coast there? Yeah. Man, yeah, on my way to Florida today, kitten. Flying out of Portland because Bangor's doing runway repairs. Stupid Bangor. I love that airport though, because it's like 2 seconds away from where I live, and like I even have a back way, a shortcut. My stream is getting all messy. Oh no. Damn it. Might have to remove Spotify for a moment. Spotify takes up a lot, surprisingly. But yeah, flying out of Portland, Bangor is the best because it's just right there. I could take an Uber for cheap, and there's like never a line. It's crazy. Like your line is your flight. That's it in TSA. So fast. You can like show up, be on your flight in less than half an hour. But I will be going to Portland, which is also an easy airport, but I have to drive there. And then also keep my car in a garage and pay that money when I get back. But it is only $10 a night, I guess. I hope that's right. I said it on the website. And yeah. Oh yeah, but anyway.
I'm doing good, Ben.
When I go down there, all of a sudden I feel like I'm in a place with amazing weather filled with people from New England anyway. You know? It's just a bunch of Canadians and New Englanders. And Midwest. There's also a lot of Midwest. There's one guy from Chicago that lives in this condo. He's a cool guy. Very successful guy. Very interesting guy. Portland. Gonna head down to Portland. Catch one of them aeroplanes. I don't think anybody says that, do they?
I don't think so.
But it
Rick,
is an
well, Rick just
airplane.
did, but
I could imagine some real backwoods Maine guy, some real down east heart and soul kind of guy, big beard, wearing a hat that he's had since 1950. It was his father's hat. And he smells like nature. That man smells like nature. A little bit of body odor, but mostly just nature. And he is just absolutely flabbergasted by today's society and why airports have to be like this. Yeah. Airplane. Yeah, that was wild. The round pound hermit. He was. What was he? He was like living in the middle of absolutely nowhere. Well, absolutely nowhere to me. For, well, like 30 years or something. Yeah, he was like an all-out, like, he wasn't even that guy that we were talking about. He was like, because that guy still goes down to the coffee shop down there in Lubeck. You know, you see him at the coffee shop every morning. He likes his coffee black. You know, maybe he switched up to tea, doctor's recommendations, because you can't take the heartburn medication anymore. Yeah, Lubeck always stands out because it's like this town that just feels unreachable. I don't think I've ever been there.
great, Ben.
But
Good to see you back on.
there.
Good to see you back on Zwift. You got the cassette replaced?
Oh, nice. Yeah, there's something. Yeah, gotta stop eating them donuts. So really makes them
No.
homemade.
Well, if you don't want your
Right
donuts,
here at
I'll
the
have them.
restaurant. Doctor says, catching up. Dr. McGillicuddy over there. Do you know what well, actually it's changed recently, but for many, many years, you know what the #1 alcoholic beverage in Maine was? The most sold alcoholic beverage? Andy,
What was that, sorry?
I'll tell you. You know what the most sold alcoholic beverage in Maine was for many, many years? Many. Until recently.
Well, it's got to be
Nuts.
it's got to be beer from Marsh Island Brewing.
Well, you would think so. You would think so. But no, Maine's not taking to that sort of stuff. Maine likes the coffee brandy. What you do is you take your ice, you put it in your glass, or better yet, if you put it in a plastic cup with a top and a big straw, and put that ice in there, you fill it about halfway, maybe more, with the coffee brandy, Allen's coffee brandy, the cheap stuff. But it does get cheaper. Mr. Boston is the cheaper stuff, not as good, they say. And then you fill the rest with the wholest of whole milks. And yeah, that healthy delight. And that there would be why when you come to Maine, there is a bit of an obesity problem. Because that coffee brandy is so sweet and that milk is so whole that, and then the idea of going healthy is like, I'm doing the 2%. Which Allen's isn't even made in Maine, is it? It might be made in Lewiston. But I thought it was like made in like one of, like Brockton or something, I don't know. One of those Massachusetts places. But you can find it everywhere. But it's the biggest thing in Maine. But now, the new leader in Maine is Fireball. That took over. But apparently Maine really likes liquor. Hey, Aggie. You gonna go burn your legs off?
Hey, morning, Aggie.
Ah, Texas Pete. Yeah. Sellouts, the whole bunch of them. Well, not even really sellouts, just latching on to a genre and trying to outsell all the people who actually started it. Yeah. Yeah, Lubeck, like, there's no good, I mean, there's beautiful roads to get there, but there's no, like, straight way. Like, I'm pretty sure that's, like, 2 to 3 hour drive from Bangor, which is crazy to think because it doesn't seem that far away, considering I can get to the New Hampshire border in less than 3 hours. Lubeck should not take that long. But the only ways to get there are like Route 1, or you take like, what's it called? I think it's like Route 9 out to Calais. They call it Calais here. And you, named after the French city, but we just decided to call it Calais because that's just how Maine does for some reason. And then you go south on whatever that road is. But there's no like any way in between, it seems, that I can tell. It's weird. Yeah, it's definitely one of those, can't get there from here. For sure. You can get most places, but you can't get there. Not from here, at least. Not from here. All right, enjoy your meeting.
I can.
Yeah, Maine's quite a state, for sure. It's interesting. Sometimes I feel like I would love to move. Other times, like when it gets nice, all of a sudden I'm like, man, you know what? I like it here. I like it. I like the fact that it has its own vibe. But then the winter comes and I'm like, man, I'd just like to be somewhere else. Winter with Mainers kind of sucks. Because they're either too happy about it or they're just as miserable as me. I don't want to hear any of that. I want people to just talk about something else. Redirect me off of the weather. Big topic in Maine too, the weather all the time. So why are you not buying the Project 74? Is it just a you're not ready for that sort of commitment?
It's a bike that I don't
Thanks,
think
man.
I'm going to ride much, so I don't see the point in spending 10 million drops on it. I'm going to get more
I actually really
out
didn't.
of the Espada.
Yeah. I really didn't think I would. And now I've just been riding it steadily. But yeah, mainly it's just to be able. Oops. I don't think I had to do it before it tis. Just tis. Tis. Why am I trying to keep up with these guys? Wow, it's been a while, apparently, since I've done a group ride that I wasn't leading. Yeah, we've descended upon that time of year where everybody, speaking of can't get there from here, we've descended on that time of year where the outside of Stephen King's house is always just littered with groups of people taking pictures. That's on my way to like cut through, to like skip traffic lights before
What?
I hit 95.
You ride
To
through
get to
Stephen
work.
King's front yard?
Well, yeah, why not? It's not like there's armed guards there. Hey, Nick. Hey, yo.
Yeah, Nick. Hey, what else are you doing?
What do I wait? Ah. What? Wait, what was that? Why do I keep forgetting it? What? What? The hell? What? How does it go?
How does what go?
What else to doing? What else to doing?
Hey,
Is that
what
what
else
it
to
is?
doing?
What's to doing? What's to doing?
How's to doing?
Is it what else?
How?
How's to doing?
H-O-W,
How's to doing?
how?
What?
Oh, without the H
So
really.
what?
How's to doing?
What? Oh, just how's to doing, not what.
Oh,
What
crikey.
how's to doing?
He's never going to learn, is he, Nick?
I'm screwed. I'm gonna stand out in Yorkshire if I ever make it. They're gonna catch me. They're gonna know. My whole plan though is to sneak up in there and have everybody treat me like, hey, you know, like ask where I moved from, assuming it's somewhere else in York. I think I can pull this off. This is that time of year where Tom talks about how it's still snowing on the mountain. And I'm like, gross. I don't want to hear anything about snow. Why did you choose to live there, Tom? Not only did you choose to live there, you paid good money to live there. You gotta really love skiing to decide to go live at the base of a ski mountain, knowing that that entails insane amounts of snow for an insane amount of the year. Especially moving there from Los Angeles. Come on now. I'm also pretty sure that Stephen King's up here right now, but like up in Maine, but because I see it, his vehicles are out there now. He's just got like, he's got a truck, an F-150. Yeah, it's like a nice model, but it's nothing like insane. And a Prius. I'm guessing maybe for his wife.
Oh, chalk and cheese.
And so he
I remember when they named Top Gear dog
he used to walk.
Prius. They called him Prius because
Yes.
he was a mongrel, 2 breeds. So he was a hybrid.
Yep. Yeah, they definitely did not like the Prius. The Prius. I drove one time, a friend of mine, and I was like, you know what? I could do this. Like, the amount of gas efficiency and how small the tank was, and it also, like, it had decent power. I mean, with that electric motor, kind of gives it a little launch, you know? Nothing insane, but you would think so, Aggie, but it doesn't. He's just like, he's a very, other than the way he looked, he's a very inconspicuous guy. Like, if you didn't like know that was him, you would never guess. Mine's on the bag, on my back, out there by the refrigerator. By the refrigerator. The only refrigerator. I think Heidi just woke up. She's very having trouble finding the refrigerator. To be fair, I do have 2 bags out there. One is my work bag, the other one is my traveling bag. And both are by Major Appliances. But yeah, it's just a normal F-150. Nothing stands out about it. It has like a truck cap on it. And
Hey there,
like, he
Katie.
wears really old clothes, just like clothes that you can tell he's been wearing a lot. And he's just he's not a showy guy at all. His house definitely stands out a bit. Mainly just because it's a Victorian style house that's kept up nicely. And the fencing outside of the house, they did put bats on it, on the top of them, to make it, I guess, to kind of add to that once they start getting visitors and stuff out front. They put up the fence to keep people, to give people a line. And then that's when they decided to do that just for people visiting, I'm assuming. But yeah, when you see him
Nice,
walking around,
Casey.
he just, I don't know, just looks like a
We're
normal
gonna. I don't know what we're
see it
gonna
anywhere.
do now. We're gonna have to. Next time, we're gonna have to get Rick to record some stories so we can play them when he's away, Katie.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
What was it? Was it
Have
2
you,
years ago that I actually got on Discord while I was walking?
Have you checked out the soundboard?
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna play it for you.
Give me my jersey.
There you go.
Why? Give me my jersey. Why is Discord doing this?
Why is
Stop it,
Discord
Discord.
doing what?
Oh, it just like all of a sudden went into like startup mode again.
Mhm.
It was very strange. Now it won't let me see the soundboard. It's just loading. Maybe it's downloading the new sound. Apparently it's a big file.
No, it's not that big.
And it's also making my stream not run. What the heck? Discord is such a suck on this system. It does not work well with Macs. Maybe if I had like something better than a MacBook Air, but... Okay, never mind Discord. I give up. Stop it. Go back to bed. Hopefully I'll have all kinds of cool stories from Florida. Like ones of Grace winning. Grace's team winning. There's talk of it that her senior 3 team, they've kind of been talking about it all year. Like they can just tell when there's a certain team that like works really well together. But the competition is so tough at this thing. I mean, it's the best of the entire country. There's even some like teams from other countries show up to it. From UK, I don't know about any other ones. So it's like the scores are so high that it's like something that would win you would like blow out the competition. A score that you'd blow out the competition in any other competition. All of a sudden that summit, puts you in 6th place or something. But it's definitely like, it's a machine over there. Like they take over the entire ESPN wide world of sports. And then they say, and then pretty much they have like, there's just areas where everything's happening. There's 4 performances. Yeah, 4 performances going on at all times. And then like award announcements going on at the baseball stadium all the time. And like, yeah, it's a whole thing. And I would say hundreds of thousands of people are there. Like all of Disney,
Yeah, so
everywhere you
we're
go.
gonna
you
have a
see
week
cheerleaders.
without Rick.
It'll be bliss.
For who? I'm going to have to talk on the
It will
streams.
for me. I'm gonna enjoy it. Let's see. Dessert says breast. Intervals says you're in deep red. Garmin says you're what? What? Garmin actually is telling you now that you're fine? That's absurd. What are you doing?
I know,
there?
Katie. I don't know.
How are you
I'll have
flipping
to,
this around?
I'll have to give you Mel wake-up calls and get him up early.
Yes, yesterday, went to the hospital. Man, work was taking forever. Finally got to the hospital it was like right before 8, which starts to become like visitor hours stop, somewhere around there. Might be 9, I can't remember. No, it's 8. So I got in just in time before they started checking. And I walked in expecting him to be asleep. Because he had, it was a major surgery. They opened up his back and put rods in and removed some tumor and like worked around his spine and stuff. And they said that they got it done way faster than they were saying it was going to take. And they said that it went really well. He has really strong bones, so that they're predicting it should take well. And that is one thing they worry about with cancer patients. And I was surprised when I walked in. He's like sitting there eating a cup of pineapple. He said he was making up. He was like, well, I missed 3 meals, so I'm prepared to eat 3 meals right now. And yeah, he was just in good spirits talking. He said the pain was minimal, which they were talking like extreme, excruciating pain. But he was aware that, it could be whatever, sedatives and like epidurals and whatnot that they gave him. And that this morning could be different, but I haven't heard about how he's doing this morning. My cousin sent me a message about having safe travels, but didn't tell me anything. Yeah, that's interesting, Aggie. I feel like that's a good way to do it. So I don't even really understand. I mean, unless if you're coming from like not much activity or not even close to that much activity, so it's like they are a little shocked at first, but then they'll adapt. I'm personally myself a fan of loading it on in the beginning. Some would say don't do that. I say I just try to stop me. Works for me every time. And then eventually I'll take, like once it reaches a top point, I will start like, figuring it out at that point. And then balancing it out. Yeah, it is a bit high. Yeah. Yeah, so now you're pushing it more.
No, I didn't,
Yeah,
Katie.
I mean, I typically trust intervals and what it says. unfortunately, I also trust Garmin. Well, I don't trust Garmin, but I listen to it when it's saying bad things about me, even though I tell myself don't listen to it. But intervals, it's like, usually when intervals is saying that you're overtrained, you're overtrained. And that is high. Like, I think I was at like 100 and right around 130 after I did that 4-hour ride with the 24-hour bot. And that emptied me all the way. I have always found Strava to be helpful in its CTL calculation, like where it tells you, like each week it'll raise it a little bit for you and give you like what you did last week for a load, and then what you're doing this week, and if you're on track or higher or lower or whatever. I've always found that to be like a good gauge if I'm like trying to do a gradual build up, and then it also, if you start going easy in one of those weeks, then it also will tell you like, you know, keep it below this number if you're doing a rest week. I do find that to be helpful. I don't know if it's worth the subscription though, just for that. You could still do the France ride, I think. Or I know you can, but which one's the France ride? Oh yeah, you can definitely do the France ride. All you'd have to do is like set up a little workout or something. Or you could set up your own personal meetup and invite me to it or something. Because I won't be able to show. And then you can just ride it. Yeah, because I think that would be a perfect route for you to do. How do you feel the same? Yeah, yesterday they didn't have, France wasn't a world either. But I just chose it with my workout. Yeah, that's true. I mean, unless you quit the meetup. Thanks, Bullet. If you quit the meetup, then you'll just be left there.
Yeah. That one.
Yeah, it's either way you want to do it. One thing I have noticed, I don't know if they fixed it or not, but they used to have a bug where if you skipped through your workout too fast, then it like affected your fit file.
I remember that.
Yeah, that was annoying. So then it made you have to like, you know, skip, wait a second, skip, wait a second, instead of just like skip. I don't know if that's still a thing or not. Probably.
I never experienced that.
Do it slowly. Yeah. Yeah, it's always good to have like that one interval workout on hand, just so you can get into a route.
Hey Harry, for liking the stream.
Tom, love it. Or was it a parachute in Venus, or like when it was going into Venus? I missed a lot of that. I
That's
didn't
yeah,
realize
that's
he
what it
doing
was
parachute.
supposed to be for, to help it slow it down. You can answer him. The parachute was there to slow its descent into Venus down, and somehow it's gotten deployed in space. Yes, there's no atmosphere in space, but hey, it's been deployed. Put all of that in, I wonder. Yes, I can.
Guys, Tom knows this.
Yeah, I know.
He worked around satellites for a long time.
Yeah, I'm doing science today, Katie.
Whole life.
Oh no, I've messed my science up. What did I send last? The kilograms bit.
What's that called? The solar wind. Effect.
I didn't think this was as long as it is. Almost done. There's your Mel.
Hey, well.
Morning.
I'm gonna be in Baltimore today.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm on my way to Florida, but we have a layover at Baltimore. Really short
Oh,
one, but-
BWI?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll
you're
be-
gonna be 4 minutes from my house.
Yeah, I was gonna say
You're
don't you live,
literally
like,
going
right
to
near
fly over my house to get there. Or at least when you're leaving out. It may not be to get there since you're coming from out here, but definitely to leave, you have to fly over.
I still want to talk about the parachute.
I feel that.
That's
I'm not a
hilarious.
plane fan.
Yeah, we're talking about, Andy did the science today. And I didn't even realize he was doing it. I was talking on stream. And, but yeah, then Tom Best, he used to work with satellites and whatnot. And so he was like saying, Andy had said something about like that a parachute had deployed in space and that he could see it. The guy who was monitoring it could see it from through a telescope.
Yeah.
And then Tom was like, well, I don't think it'd be a parachute in space. So then I was coming up with ideas that, well, it was for because it's going to Venus, so it's like, well, it's for the atmosphere. And then he was like, well, yeah, but it wouldn't deploy in space, fill up or anything. And then I was like, well, what about solar winds? And he never answered me back because he knows I don't know.
Solar winds, I like that.
Yeah, because I know like I've seen like plans for like long distance space travel where like you essentially build a composite or like an umbrella essentially for the ship that then opens up, and then the sun's solar winds kind of like it acts like a sail to catch those and be essentially pushed and pulled at the same time. So you would actually have to, that's probably why they had it made out of those kind of materials, so that it would actually catch it. Yeah, because whatever it was, I mean, it's all theory, but whatever it was like, it was definitely like that space looking material, like some sort of like chromoly foil or something like that, that was then going to be used to like capture it or get caught by it, catch it. So maybe, something like a fabric parachute or whatever material it's made out of would not catch it.
It's going to be something
right through it.
very, very heat resistant because Venus is a little bit hot.
That's true. Yeah. So it wouldn't necessarily be a normal parachute.
Yeah. In the stream chat there,
Definitely
Yamal
some
Katie
sort of
says, where's my jerseys here?
Nice. What's up? Good morning, Casey.
Yeah, I slept in a little bit too long, Katie.
That I feel.
I really wanted to get 25k in on the handbike before ODivaZ, but unfortunately, I got up a little bit late for that.
Charlie who? Where is Tom? Is Tom still with? Yeah, he's still with us. I didn't even notice he was complaining. I have so much trouble paying attention. I'm over here. I started out the stream with this where it's like I got on and I'm talking to my friend Julius, who I'm riding with, and then all of a sudden Annette sends me a message through private message, and then I'm also talking to the chat, and I'm just like, this is too many people. I can't talk to everybody. I give my attention to like one group at a time. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. Oh, really?
To sign off on her being able to drive.
Oh, wow. So, well, how old is her daughter? Oh, okay.
Liz is like you're
Yeah. Really? Huh. I want to use it so I can go climb Cadillac Mountain without paying money.
Nice. Thanks, Nikita, for the resubscribe.
Yeah, but it's still like I can never guarantee how many times I can get down there, and to pay like $40 or whatever. I want a free park pass. Like you
Yeah.
said, Zach.
I hope my legs feel a bit better for tomorrow, Katie.
That I feel.
What's the 94 about, Carlo? Is that when I asked age?
Yeah, 20-minute average of 2.6. That was a bit hot.
Today is the deadline for having the real ID mark on your driver's license if you're flying. But apparently, as they typically do, they're still giving leeway. But I already have it. But yeah, apparently, ID boss, her daughter didn't. She's 19 and didn't get it. Messed something up and ended up not getting it yet. But they were still able to fly. It's probably kind of like yesterday when I left the hospital. I left with my cousin, and all of a sudden it hit me. I was just so tired. One of my other cousins, who lives in Boston, she had come up, and she was like, she was staying there with my uncle, and she had come up to me and was like, "Man, I'm so hungry. I haven't eaten." And I was just thinking we were relating, and she was about to leave. And then, like, after we left the room, and I realized she wasn't leaving, that she was staying there, I was like, "Oh shoot, was that her, like, kind of asking me without asking me to get her something?"
Hey there, Lars.
And of course, this didn't hit me until like we were walking out the door, like right before we were walking out like the main lobby, and then we got out the door, and it was after 8. So at that point, you have to be approved to get in as a visitor, and we had just walked out the door. Like we stepped out the door, and then that's when my cousin was like, "I'll send her a message." And then that's when I was looking around, I'm like, wait, I think it's visitors only, or it's like only approved visitors. Visiting hours are over. And so I go over to the door, it doesn't open. I'm like, man, we're gonna have to sign in either way. We're watching someone do it. It was a whole thing. It took like 5 minutes. He had to call up all this stuff. But then we went over and we're like, yes, we have, we told the whole story, the whole situation. We're like, we just want to go into the cafeteria, grab or something, take it up to the room, and then we'll be out. And he was kind of like, well, and then finally he realizes that we're like not gonna go anywhere. So he's like, you know what? I'll turn a blind eye to this one. Just just do that and do as fast as you can, Like, okay.
Yeah.
And
Hey, look at that. I
so
only
we
need
go
9
up and,
kilometers.
we get into the cafeteria, and he's got like a whole wall of screens there. So we're talking about like he's probably watching us right now, making sure we're doing it right. And we get up to the cafeteria, and she's sending messages to her, and she's like, "Oh, I can't decide." She was like, "You know what? I'll just come down." And I'm like, "Wait." She was like, "Oh, good. She's just gonna come down." I was like, "Wait, this makes us look bad to that security guy." I'm like, now he's like, "Wait, did those guys just scam me?" Because then my cousin, she was like, "Ooh, sushi," and she grabbed some sushi, and and she's paying for it, and I'm like, "Oh, great! Now he's gonna think you lied to him just so that we could go in and get something to eat, get some sushi." But then I was like, "Oh, I know a back way out, so we don't have to look him in the face. Let's go." Yeah, it was actually like an employee entrance that I had snuck through in order to get in there, because I hit the stairwell right when someone came out of it, diverted my direction right to that door and grabbed it like I was supposed to be there, and then walked through, and I was like, cool. I avoided the front just in case if they've already started checking for visitors.
Oh, Hope
It was wild.
Hope opened her passport when we got back on Friday. So that's it. We've all got US passports now.
Okay. Yes. You don't even have to worry about it either way.
Well, I've had a real ID for a couple of years now, at least.
Yeah. I feel like pretty much every state has. Maine was like one of the last holdouts, because Maine was like, the only thing I can imagine is it's because Maine was like, we already do that for our IDs. Why are we doing this? Now all we're going to do is pass an extra charge on to the citizens of Maine.
Nice.
And
It's actually
of course, can't block
It's
it
a big-
forever, though.
It's a big thing, Katie, because if I hadn't collected the mail that day and Yolanda had got to it, then Yolanda would have opened it. And I think it's a big deal for the kids to be able to open their own mail. So, you know, whenever there's anything important like that, I'll grab it and keep it until they can open it. Unless it's time critical. I mean, it's like, not like we don't know what it is, but still. I want the girls to be able to open their own mail. I need another bottle. I didn't coffee stop on that entire ride. Ufa would be proud. Thanks, Katie. Yeah, I'm going to fill a bottle up here. My legs are saying, "Oi, what you doing?" Getting to the end of the sprint here.
I mean, you still have to have a real ID for domestic flights, but I guess in Maine, they are, or I don't know if it's just Maine, but I went and got mine, put a rush on it, and I had it within a couple days.
Yeah.
Well, you don't, Rick, because you can use a passport, and those that have them can use a green card as well. The first time I travelled, I had a real
I didn't
ID,
either.
but I handed the guy my green card. He said, "What's this?" I said, "It's a green card." "I don't know whether we take these." I said, "You do."
He said, I don't know if this
It was like,
is this not.
"Hey, John, do we take these? Have you ever seen one of these before?" I'm thinking, you're an airport security guard and you haven't seen a green card before. There's something wrong there. Yeah, right, Pim.
Okay. Keeping it easy today, or at least I'm trying.
I don't know if I told you, Mel. Last week, we opened a ticket with Cisco.
Uh-huh.
because I couldn't get precision time protocol working on this new model of switch. And, so they've had a week to help me with the configuration of this, and nothing's happened yet. So yesterday, I pulled a spare one of these switches out and set it up on my desk, set a Grandmaster clock up on another switch, and plugged it into this switch and messed around with stuff to try and get this working. And I got it working. Now, I don't know whether what I've done is the right way to get it working, but I've got it working. So now my request to Cisco is, can you validate what I've done, please? Because I've done it. So I gave him a week's head start and I still won.
Not shocked. Not shocked about them being slow, and not shocked about you figuring it out first. Honestly, the only shocking thing in that is that you even asked for the help.
Well,
I figured you would have been like,
normally I would do, but you know, I've got a lot of other things to work on, and I thought, well, okay, we'll just let Cisco deal with it and
Hey there.
give us the config.
oh, sure.
But
Yeah, exactly, Pimp.
we're at a point now where we need the config. So
Yeah. Happy Wednesday. Good morning. Oh, this is that song they always play.
So, Katie, I got more done than I thought I did. Just need another 5k after this. After this one. I'll have it upgraded today. Oh yeah. This done in another 8 minutes or so.
Absolutely. Oh god, I ruined it. Oops.
I would think at least another 16 hours, Katie, so bedtime. Who's that in a TeamODZ jersey? It's done.
Nah. I just accidentally locked my screen.
Yeah, don't listen to the negative bit, Katie.
Fan of me.
Go for the positive.
Yes, positivity always works.
Facts.
Yeah, I've got 17 minutes before a meeting here, so
Something
I've got to get this done.
that's been amazing with my uncle. It's like he's really good at like maintaining a positive attitude to get through things, and so that helps as like patriarch, you know. But like just being around my family yesterday, there was just, and the day before, everybody was just so positive, and it creates this like really great feeling, and it of course helps with healing.
Hell yeah.
Positivity is the key, and he's
Connections
been like
and
doing
energy.
so much better than thought. Yeah, for sure.
Those
it's
are
been really
so
nice.
powerful. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
The feeling and the energy, it's like you're a battery and it's recharging you wirelessly.
yeah. Like, man, when I found out about it, I felt horrible. It was like, man, I could hardly, pedaling sucked and all that stuff. And like, just going to hang out for a couple days at the hospital made me just feel so much better. And like, also just, yeah, seeing how positive he was remaining and everybody was staying. And yeah, it was cool. It was like, everything was very proactive and positive. Yeah, I love those guys. They're great. Yeah, definitely want to recover faster. Man, it's so tough to stay positive in those situations too, but that's the key for sure. Like any hard bike workout too, where it's like, if you remain with eyes on the prize and you think, well, I'm not stopping, so then you can complete these insane things that your mind was really saying it couldn't do.
Life's just on pause, Katie. It'll still be there for you when you get back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Always be a warrior. There it is. I got the arrow, improved arrow. Wow, that was 500K. I really didn't think I'd get that before I left. I don't know why.
Nice. Nice work.
Thanks. How much did I ride last week? Holy.
Yeah, that's it, Katie.
What?
I guess that makes sense.
Your
So I did
graph
put
runner
on
was
like
insane.
400 and
Here
I
to
was
go.
like 400 and like I was pretty close to 500K last week.
Listen to this, Rick. Rick talking in kilometers now.
Yeah.
Only a year ago,
Only
this
in
would
this
never have
book.
happened.
I was just talking to Nick about that last night. I was like, dude, I gotta just jump off the deep end and finally convert to y'all system. He's like, the right system, you
Funny
mean?
thing is, like Holly was telling me that apparently she uses kilometers inside and miles outside. I was like, what? Really?
Yes.
I thought
Yeah.
you guys just use kilometers everywhere.
No.
And I was like, that's what I do.
That makes
No.
sense, though. I get that. I probably would do the same thing. That's a good idea. That'll make me convert faster.
I know, Katie. Yeah. The only reason I started using
need to get
kilometers
on
on
top
Zwift
of
was because the teams that I was DSing, all the riders were using kilometers. So I switched to kilometers for those events, fully planning to switch back to miles when I was doing my own rides, and I forgot. So I've been on kilometers since.
Nice.
Oh, that's not bad. Only 400,000 drops to upgrade. I thought it would be a lot more. Oh man, see, yeah, this is where it gets crazy. Like the other day I was riding with Matthew Left Hand, and he was the guy who did the 24-hour thing. And he was talking about that he was almost finished with the 4th stage and on the Project 74. And I'm like, really? Thinking like, holy, this guy like did the 20. He rides a lot. Plus he also did the 24-hour thing. But now I'm beginning to see why, because it's like 1,050 kilometers for stage 2. So that probably means like it's going to be like 15 something for stage
Thanks
3.
for the ride on, Nick.
And only just keep going up from there. I still don't understand though. I really feel like he should have maxed it out by now. But he did do like, it was like for a little over 1,000 kilometers in 24 hours. So
Is there a max on how much you can get per day? Even if you're doing it the right way? Isn't there
Thanks,
a max?
Katie. Thanks for the ride on.
I don't know. I feel like I might have heard something about that. It was like
Me too. Me
like
too.
some sort
There
of
it is.
way to stop for the cheating, to like limit it
Yeah.
or something. But I know on
There's
the
my
power,
upgrade.
like for the electric sock things, you only get so much power every day.
Do you know what that number is?
I can't remember.
Yeah, me neither. I just want to make sure if I do a long stream one day that I don't hit the max and then keep going for no reason.
Yeah. Yeah, the power one's tough because I mean it's all dependent on. I can't remember if it was like you've had to do with a certain. Yeah, I don't know. Because then it all depends on how much power you're putting out. I don't know. That one's a tough one to follow.
Next stage. I made it to stage 3 on the handbike. 190 kilometers to the next stage now. What have I got to do on that? The 160 kilometers to the level 4 on that. The TTT bike. 263 minutes. No, I might go up the Alp on the TT bike there.
Yeah,
At some
that's what I
point.
like doing. That
And
makes
then,
the most sense to me.
And then come down on the handbike. Yeah, there we go.
That will not be today, though.
Why the Alp? Oh yeah, because it's time, so it doesn't really
It's
matter.
time-based,
Time,
yeah.
so it's
Yeah, and then I can
yeah.
get 3 kilometers coming down for the handbike.
That's what I have been doing. I was saying on the stream the other day, like I feel like I get it, climbing bike, but also a good option for that is the time trial bike, because it may not be the fastest, but it's requiring time, so who cares?
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
as long as you're moving something at all, you're doing exactly what that bike wants. So it's a perfect
Yep.
time in my opinion. You get more time there than you get miles.
So far, I'm noticing on this factory tour thing, challenge every day, I get 1 percentage, it seems. At
Oh,
37%.
Need to look at mine.
Oh,
So
you're
that
on level
means-
2. Dang, dude. I'm so far behind. I'm still on 1.
So now I only need 63 more days of riding, and I'll be there. Really, when you think about it like that, that's not that bad. Seems like
All
a
right,
lot
folks.
longer than that.
Those that are watching me on Twitch, we're going to raid you, Mel. Those on Facebook and YouTube will bring the stream down once we've got the raid in place. So, thank you everybody for joining us today. Rick's got 11, Yamel's got 3, so we'll give Yamel some viewers today. Here he comes.
All right, and I'm almost done. Yeah. Get
And those on
another
Facebook
pair
and
of
YouTube,
socks
thank
that I
you for
won't
joining
use.
us. We'll be back with the team time trial tomorrow. Until then, take care. Have a great Wednesday. Bye for now.
I've been treading water for some time, picking up the parts of all my life. Didn't get to solve it this time. How am I to break apart? Don't tell me why we can't collide. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Don't you feel it? On the break of dawn, I'll follow you to carry on. On the break of dawn. like a